What's going on, everybody? DjGoHam here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. We've got the first information for Seasons for Farming Simulator 19. We're going to go over every feature today. The new versions of Seasons made for Farming Simulator 19 brings plenty of new and improved features. Learn about the upgraded growth and weather, the updated visuals and audio, and the brand new animal system in this post. The manual will be updated to explain all that is new in Seasons 19. This update will arrive before release. We hope the changes and new features provide more interesting and less repetitive gameplay, matching more what real-life farmers go through. Growth. The growth system in Seasons 19 has received a revamp. No longer is every year the same, and neither is success predetermined. Look out for bad weather destroying your crops, whether it be frost or droughts. Also, plan a year ahead to keep your fields nutritious using crop rotation. Improved weeds. Farming Simulator 19 added weeds, weeding, and spraying. Seasons changes the default behavior of weeds by growing them slowly in patches instead of across entire fields. Weeds grow in patches only when the temperature is right. They sprout all over the place as small weeds and mature when it gets warm. When it gets too cold, they will start to die on their own. We've implemented preemptive spraying. If you spray early on, you will not get weeds on the field until you harvest. Mechanical weeders can only remove young weeds and have no preemptive function. Weather-influenced growth. 3 new growth states have been added: planted, germinated, and germination failed. Germination happens every day as long as the soil temperature is high enough. Normal growth still only occurs during a period change. When crops are planted, they will initially be in the planted state and then move to germinated as long as the soil temperature is high enough. Germination can also fail on parts of your field when the conditions turn too cold or too dry. In Season 17, entire fields of crop would die if they were planted at the wrong time of the year. In Seasons 19, the growth and germination system have been redesigned to be more natural and lifelike. Dry spells and frost can damage parts of your fields, so it is important to try and plant at the right time and when conditions look favorable in the weather forecast. It is possible for crops planted too late to germinate, but they will never mature. Check the Seasons calendar and make sure to plant crops at the correct times. Crops have 3 maturity states: planted, young, and mature. All crops have 3 resistance ratings depending on their maturity state. A new help page has been added into the Seasons menu to show the resistance rating for each maturity state per plant. Crop rotation. Crop rotation is the practice of growing different crops in succession that are beneficial to each other. This is now possible in Seasons 19, and with successful planning and execution, there will be increased yields and reduced need to fertilize. A yield effect of 120% of vanilla is possible by using the most beneficial rotations and crops. Crops are divided into crop categories and have dependencies that determines whether a preceding crop category is favorable, neutral, or unfavorable for yield. Some crops are more suitable to grow several years in succession, while others require more variation. It is also possible to leave a field to rest and restore for a year. In the mod, this is termed keeping it fallow. Most common crop rotation should be possible to simulate, including the effects of doubling cropping. In the field HUD, you will be able to see the crop categories of 2 previously planted crops. Together with a rotation planner, this will be an important tool for planning the next crop to plant. Rotation Planner. The Crop Rotation Planner is a new tool specially made for players to plan their rotations ahead. It can hold 4 rotations, 1 per column, and they are saved even in multiplayer. Weather. The new sky and the removal of the skybox system asked for a complete rewrite of the weather system with more details, variety, and immersion. The new cloud system has been integrated with new weather generation that allows more events every day. Rain in the morning, cloudy in the afternoon, and thunder at night. It is now all possible. Wind speed and direction is now modeled. The wind speed is a key attribute to how quickly grass dries. The income from wind turbines is also dependent on the wind speed, and with very strong winds, they will shut down. Visually, turbines will also follow the wind direction. Detailed forecast and uncertainty. The weather forecast is now much more detailed. Not only does it feature minimum temperature, average temperature, and maximum temperature, but also wind speed and probability of precipitation. Expected precipitation is also shown. As drying of hay requires good weather, the suitability of the weather for drying grass is indicated in the forecast. More information on this feature in the below section on grass. On top of that, the next 24 hours are detailed in 3-hour blocks for even more frequent information. However, the forecast is not completely certain. The further away the prediction, the more uncertain it is. A prediction rain in 5 days' time might not actually happen. The weather people don't know everything, so it is useful to check the forecast regularly. Snow and the mask. Some small changes to the season's mask. We now fall back on the tip collision. This has become possible with the new engine changes. This makes it possible to have high snow even on unprepared maps. However, it very likely looks bad, though, until the map has been fully prepared. Bell rotting still requires a fully prepared map, so that every spot that is expected to cover for rotting also performs that function. Placeables from the base game have received their own masking area so they fit better. Map makers likely need to do this as well to further improve their maps for snow. Animals. The animal system has received a complete overhaul with new complexities and more depth. The age, weight, and gender of each animal you own is simulated. Food intake of each animal depends on their age and their weight. Weight gain also depends on their age and weight and on what they are fed. To maximize weight gain, the best feed has to be provided. Cattle can produce either manure or slurry, liquid manure, but not both. What they produce depends on whether they have straw. This aligns better with how real farms are run. Not using straw will cause a slight decrease in productivity, but slurry is much easier to handle and worth more to a farmer than manure. Care for the health of the animals has become of utter importance. Keeping them overnight in a trailer will kill the animals due to the lack of food, water, and movement. Hens lay eggs. To get chicks, get a rooster. Ideal 1 rooster per 8 hens. The chance of breeding decreases with less roosters. If brooding, no eggs. Raising animals for meat production is now possible. As animals gain weight and age, their growth rate decreases, while feed intake generally follows weight. The key to maximizing profits is to find the balance between optimal weight and age of the animals. Price per kilogram is higher for younger animals, and weight gain will slow down as an animal ages. Breeds. Seasons 19 includes real-life animal breeds, and each breed has its purpose. Some breeds are meant for meat production, while others are specific breeds for milk, wool, and egg production. For instance, cattle is now divided into 5 breeds: Limousin, Salar, Holstein, Ayrshire, and Brahman. These are all different. Limousin, Salar, and Brahman are meat breeds, so steer are bought at 300 kilogram weight for fattening. They have different price and weight gains. Holstein and Ayrshire are meant for dairy operations, so 2-year-old heifers are available for purchase. Their milk output will follow lactation cycles. The mod assumes that artificial insemination is carried out and that a 14-month gestation cycle is followed. The other animals have similar characteristics to create a more varied, realistic, and interesting animal gameplay. Horses. The horses have received a special treatment. We have redesigned them into a different type of gameplay, a livery stable. The gameplay tries to emulate a farm that provides housing and basic care of a horse for its owner. A horse can be brought to the farm in exchange of no money. It has to be fed, cleaned, and ridden every day. Depending on how much care it gets, an income is provided every day. Some breeds require more riding to earn the same amount of money as other breeds. Horses also provide more money when they are very fit. This all comes at a high risk. An unhealthy animal can die. This will cost quite a bit of money as repayment to the owner. Grazing. The Grazing mod from Farming Simulator 19 has been integrated directly into Seasons 19. Animals in pens that have grass will consume the grass as a replacement for the grass in the trough. Be careful, as the grass in a pen can be completely eaten already. This depends on the size of the pen, on the amount of animals, and the time of year. The changes of the animal pens into placeables that plant their own grass, together with more engine changes, allow for automatic detection of the grass. No map changes are required. The only requirement is that the animal pen has grass. Water pump. The animals require a lot of attention, daily feeding, daily watering, maybe even daily riding. The water requirements of the animal have been corrected to be more to realistic standards. To To make it easier for players to have water in the troughs, a new water pump can be placed near the animal pen. It will automatically keep the water level of the water troughs at a minimum of 15%. The water cost is subtracted from your account. Better grass handling. The mini engine and script changes in Farming Simulator 19 allowed for many new features. Two of these are a multi-step grass drying process and improved rotting. A new multi-step drying process has been added to create hay. When cutting wet grass, it needs to be tedded. Afterwards, it needs to dry in the sun to become hay. When cutting grass, low moisture grass, it does not need tedding but still needs to dry. This means that making hay now depends on the weather. Good planning is required. The more detailed forecast will certainly help here. If hay is left in the rain, it will turn wet again, and afterwards it will start to rot. Freshly mown grass will rot after left outside for more than a day as well. Hay and straw rots when kept outside in the rain. However, straw and hay heaps inside buildings will not rot anymore, like was the case in Season 17. Grass still always rots, as this material is wet. With the new drying system described above, it will take 2 days instead of 1 for the rotting to start on grass heaps. Improved visuals and audio. Seasons 19 has received a new system for tree visuals, custom shaders. Together with Giants, the team has created new shaders and special custom textures. The trees now gradually change their looks instead of the sudden color switching in Farming Simulator 17. Leaves grow in spring until fully grown in summer, after which they will brown for autumn. The color of the tree depends on the time of year, the tree, and on the weather. The lighting of Seasons has been rewritten to fully fit the new lighting system of Farming Simulator 19. It removes the moon in favor of darker nights and improves the dawn and dusk lighting. The amount of daylight depends on the time of year and the location of the geo. The new weather system fully integrates with the new cloud system. A varying amount of clouds are shown throughout the day and move with the wind direction. With these changes, the weather during the night is finally working well. On top of the cloud system, Seasons adds a new weather event, storms. Storms produce thunder and an occasional lighting effect that will light up your fields. Immersive ambient sound system. Sounds replace the wind and rain sounds of the base game with a new system. This new system ties in tightly with the visuals. It is possible to hear how fast the wind is blowing or how heavy it rains or hails. A large set of sounds is being mixed in real time to create the desired effects both inside a vehicle and outside a vehicle. A new set of flags is added to the map sound system to allow for quiet birds in the winter. Adjusted vehicle maintenance and repair. We have replaced the Season 17 repair system for the base game 19 repair, but added new algorithms for sale and repair prices. Also, we have separated the scratches, visible wear, from the vehicle repair. To improve the performance of your vehicle, you can repair. To make the vehicle nice and shiny again, you will need to repaint the vehicle. This is costly depending on the size and complexity of the machine. When will this be released? July 24th, 2019 for PC and Mac only. For consoles, need to make sure the mod is complete and bug-free. After that, it will go through the final QA process with Giants, and then it will be coming to console. That is all very cool and very in-depth as well. I will leave a link in the description below to the entire blog post so you guys can check it out for yourself. But with all that being said, that is going to be it for today. Hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like. If you're not already, please subscribe. If you have any questions, drop those down in the comment section below. And if you're excited about this, let me know in the comment section below. That being said, hope you have a great day. We will see you later. Peace.